Welcome back, beautiful people. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I am your host, Zen Sams. Now, up in just a few minutes in our influencer segment, we have influencer Susana Damouni. She goes by the handle at Susana.DXOXO. She is a beauty lifestyle influencer with a very large social media platform and fan base. She's known as the Barbie doll of Instagram with over 5 million followers. Today, she's coming on to chat about why she chose to explant her breast implants and expose the hidden truth behind breast augmentation. For some, having their chest augmented is a dream come true. For others, that dream slowly becomes a nightmare in the form of a mysterious sickness dubbed as breast implant illness, BII. And guess what? Throughout their medical training, surgeons are told that breast implant illness is hogwash, that patients are crazy, no such thing exists. But recent escalating lawsuits within the industry, as well as websites and social media groups of women sharing their stories, as well as autoimmune symptoms following breast augmentation, are very, very real. For those who suffer from BII, symptoms may not appear for months after surgery and tend to reveal themselves slowly when they do. Pain, inflammation, skin rashes, hair loss, brain fog, joint aches, digestive issues, and fatigue are all symptoms commonly reported by those who believe they are experiencing BII. Refusing to suffer in silence, online forums such as the private Facebook group for healingbreastimplantillness.com boasts nearly 145,000 members. They have formed to support each other, and they believe that BII is a very real thing. Now, note that most women do just fine with implants. I've had mine, for 12 years without a single issue, but that does not mean it is safe for everyone. The condition is not technically medically recognized, as no studies have firmly concluded that the procedure and materials used for implants could prompt illness. That we are told that we can leave the stigma that suggests that these patients made it up. And that does not sit very well with me. Nevertheless, many patients who stand behind their ground have opted to go back under the knife yet again and have their implants removed, an explant, so to speak. And as a result of the illness that left them feeling poisoned, that's the course they chose, explanting. Welcoming, she's one of the renowned lifestyle bloggers who shares and inspires her followers on a wide range of topics, including beauty, fashion, health, and fitness. And when Susana's name is mentioned, the first thing that comes to your mind is her outstanding physique. Today, she joins me to share her story that spans over 2 decades of breast implant nightmares. She has since explanted and is au naturel these days after she claims that breast implants almost took her life. Susana Damouni has been a prominent advocate for FDA laws and restrictions for surgical procedures, especially those involving breast augmentations. Welcome to the show, beautiful lady.
Thank you for having me.
You are absolutely stunning and beautiful. And thank you for coming on and having such a strong voice. Now, I'm going to dive right into it, okay? Plastic surgery literature is not supportive of the notion of breast implant illness. This has been a hot topic during the last few years. And there are still those doctors who believe that it's a psychiatric condition, suggesting that patients who complain of these symptoms are seen as crazy. What do you say to this?
BII is very real. I experienced it, and what bothers me is there's so many women like myself that had been going through hell, and the symptoms are like what you had said above before. They're exactly right. You get dizziness, you get sinus problems, allergies, like headaches. It's just crazy. Like your joints hurt. I've known people that had to be like, and myself as well, that were bedridden, and nobody believes you. I went to the emergency room multiple times, and the doctors, like you said, thought I was crazy. And I knew that there was something wrong because I had felt normal once before, and what I was feeling was not normal. It was just horrible. It was a horrible life. And when I spoke to my friends about it, they didn't understand. They had implants too, but they didn't understand how I was feeling because they weren't going through the same thing as me. Like yourself, how you don't have any symptoms, they had no symptoms. So it's hard to believe unless you walk in someone else's shoes.
So walk me through this. So this is over the last, so to speak, 15 to 19 years of nightmares. And what you're saying is you originally wanted to increase your breasts for work-related purposes, and obviously you are a fashion model and you work in the industry. So take me down that path. You start with the first size, you end up with the second size, you go back for more, and then at some point, and I'm fast forwarding, you basically start experiencing all of these symptoms one after the next. And at what point do you decide this is life-threatening to me?
So my first breast augmentation that I had done was 350 cc's, and I had the smooth silicone implants. I read about them, heard they were dangerous, but also just before I put every implant in my body, which I've had 4 sets, every doctor reassured me, well, actually it was the same doctor, but reassured me that they're completely safe. And every time I got bigger breasts, they told me these were the new and improved ones. The reason I even got implants in the first place, I was actually naturally busty, but I got them because I was a promotional model for Budweiser, Playboy, Hawaiian Tropic. I did a lot of car shows and stuff like that. And I was pretty much the only natural woman there. And I thought, well, maybe I'll get more gigs if I get larger breasts. So I did. And you know what? It did work at the time. And I thought that was like the right choice for me at the time, especially when the doctors all reassured me, including family physicians, that they were completely safe. After I removed my first set of implants, which were the smooth silicone implants, it was less than a year after, and I went up to about 550 cc's, and they were the cohesive gel implants. And I believe they were by Mentor. And after those, I got another set because I had capsular contracture in my left breast.
What does that mean, capsular contracture?
It's when you get like this hard bump and your breast gets really, really hard. So the implant, it doesn't look, it's not good. So the capsule just gets really, really hard. And
got it. So aesthetically, it doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. It's bumpy.
It doesn't feel right. And it's not good. And usually they say if you do have capsular contracture, usually those people will end up having symptoms of BII. But I wasn't told that then. I was just told, oh, you know what? We'll scrape out the capsule and we'll put new implants in. So I went back and I got larger implants, cohesive gels.
Right.
And the same thing happened. In fact, this time, not only did my left breast get the capsular contracture, but my right breast blew up 3 times the size and was completely red. I had a huge infection. And I went to the hospital and they gave me some antibiotics, and I was on those antibiotics for 4 or 5 weeks. So it was pretty bad. I couldn't even walk. It was that bad.
Okay, so let's fast forward to then the symptoms go away, the inflammation goes away, you're on these antibiotics, and now you at this point clearly must tell yourself, all right, there's something terribly wrong. Is that the point where you decide I'm going to explant?
No. So that was my 3rd set. On my 4th set.
Oh my goodness, you went back for more?
I went back for more. And the doctor said to me, don't worry, these are new implants. They're from Costa Rica. They're completely safe.
This is the same doctor?
The same doctor.
Wow. I mean, that guy.
But at the same time, I was doing research at the time. And at that time, there was no literature to support what my thoughts were.
Right. So, you thought it was safe. The guy kept telling you it's safe, and you keep going back to change the look, the feel, the quality. You're trying to understand that, maybe it's the product, right? So at that point, clearly your body is rejecting implants. And at that point, if I would assume that the doctor would say, okay, maybe this is not the best course of action for you, but yet they did it. They kept pushing for more, right? Because it's like a cash cow. Okay, well, we have her, she's a client, and instead of really putting the brakes on and wheeling it back, they kept pushing you for more. Okay, so listen, we have 3 minutes left. I want to get as much in as I can. So look, breast augmentation is the most popular cosmetic procedure. There's about 400,000 procedures done per year in the US. And many women don't know about BII. So awareness is so important. And now you use your social media platform to address the risks associated with breast augmentation. And as thousands have come forward with these inexplicable symptoms, the Food and Drug Administration back in 2019 did issue a broad statement to medical device manufacturers that produce implants, urging more thorough research be done on their products. You have really paved the way here. What message do you want to give women? Because I want to make sure that your message is heard.
Well, as of September 29th, 2020, the FDA has said that all breast implants have to come with an informed consent. And I want all women to also know that I do hear from a lot of women that reach out to me, I have saline, or I have the new implants that are ideal, or, you know, this or that. Mine were Allergan, which had a worldwide ban in 2019, and nobody had contacted me. So that was another difficult issue that I had to deal with. But the message to women is, please, you know what, it's not worth your life. And some people are not even symptomatic. And I wanted to let everybody know, ideal implants, which are the newest ones on the market, and silicone implants and saline implants, they're all made with the same outer shell. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. That same outer shell is silicone. So it does not matter. So with saline, you get mold and autoimmune, same with silicone. And you, with all the implants, you still get that rare cancer that women need to know about, which is BIA-ALCL, which is breast implant associated anaplastic large cell lymphoma. And if you don't catch it early, it is deadly. And the other cancer that you get from it is BIA-SCC, which is squamous cell carcinoma, which you get from the capsule itself. So women don't realize this. And sometimes as women are not symptomatic, it's too late. It's already been done. And you can't always catch the ruptures and leaks on MRIs and CT scans.
That is what scares me, that you can't always catch the ruptures and leaks. In fact, after we had our initial call yesterday, Susana, I called my doctor and I said, can you please order an MRI? Because I've had my breast implants in for about 12 years and I had to get them for medical reasons at the time. But now I'm thinking, like, I have to go check up on this, even though I haven't felt anything or, you know, there hasn't been any symptoms. So you already impacted me for that matter. So I'm hoping everyone listening really kind of understands that this could be very real for people. And not, although it's not, you know, going to happen to everybody, I do believe that women should be aware.
But I also wanted to say that just even if your implants don't rupture or leak, they bleed. And that is something you cannot detect on an MRI. So they're bleeding slowly into your body. And that's another issue why women are so symptomatic. And I think that's very scary. And
Wow.
now they're promoting, I want women to know, oh, they're telling me that these new implants, Ideal, are very good. I want them to know that they're even worse because they come with multiple shells.
Got it. So listen, I'm going to definitely have you come back on to talk a little bit more in the next couple of weeks, because number one, you are very well versed. You've experienced this yourself, and you're a huge advocate and voice. So Susana, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was awesome talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WR, the voice of New York. We'll be right back after this.